They say lightning never strikes twice, but in the golden age of American performance, it struck once, hard enough to shake the foundations of Detroit. These were cars so powerful, so advanced, or simply so wild that they were built once and never again. Number 1, 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt. Before the muscle car wars truly exploded, Ford built a monster that wasn't meant for the streets. It was called the 1964 Fairlane Thunderbolt, and it was a weapon disguised as a family sedan. Born from Ford's obsession with winning on the drag strip, the Thunderbolt wasn't engineered in a boardroom. It was engineered in secret. Ford's engineers took the lightweight Fairlane body and stuffed in the 427 cubic inch high-riser V8 from their NASCAR program. Officially, it made 425 horsepower. Unofficially, insiders whispered numbers closer to 500. It was so fast it could tear through the quarter mile in just over 11 seconds, straight off the showroom floor. NHRA officials called it unfair. Competitors called it impossible. Ford called it production. Only 100 Thunderbolts were ever made, most destroyed in battle or retired after violent passes down the strip. Today, the few survivors are relics of Ford's most unhinged moment. It wasn't just fast, it was too fast for its own good. But while Ford was rewriting the rule book, Shelby was about to burn it. Number 2, 1967 Shelby GT 500 Super Snake. One car, one test, one legend. The 1967 Shelby GT 500 Super Snake was a car that even Carroll Shelby himself couldn't believe Ford let him build. It began as a tire test for Goodyear. Shelby wanted to prove their new Thunderbolt tires could survive at 170 miles per hour. So he took a standard GT 500 and swapped its 428 for the same 427 cubic inch race engine from the Ford GT 40 Mach 2, the one that had just won Le Mans. The result? 520 horsepower, 0 to 60 in the mid-4s, and a top speed near 170 miles per hour in 1967. The plan was to build 50 of them. But after the test, Shelby realized the price tag would have been astronomical, nearly twice that of a standard GT 500. Ford pulled the plug. Only one Super Snake was ever made. It disappeared for decades, until it resurfaced and sold for over $2 million. It wasn't built to win races or make profits. It was built to prove a point, that American muscle could stare down European supercars and laugh. And yet, as Shelby's fire cooled, Dodge was about to dream up something strange. Number 3, 1970 Dodge Coronet Super B Yellow Jacket concept. The late 60s were a design war. Aerodynamics, aggression, and attitude defined everything, and Dodge wanted a new icon. Enter the 1970 Dodge Coronet Super B Yellow Jacket, a concept car that looked like it was drawn by pure adrenaline. Its stretched nose, hidden headlights, and flared body hinted at the Charger Daytona lineage, but this wasn't built for NASCAR. It was built for the future. Under the hood, the 446-pack, 3 two-barrel carburetors, 390 horsepower, and torque that could pull a small building. But the real story wasn't under the hood. It was the look, bold, aggressive, futuristic, designed to test the waters for Dodge's next generation. It toured auto shows, dropped jaws, and vanished. Corporate reshuffling and the rise of emissions regulations meant the Yellow Jacket never stung again. It wasn't about speed, it was about statement, and that statement was clear. Even imagination had limits. But across town, Chevrolet was about to build something real and lethal. Number 4, 1971 Chevrolet Corvette ZR2. By 1971, the Corvette was already America's sports car. But Chevrolet wanted to see just how far they could push the limit. The result was the Corvette ZR2, a big block monster that made the Z06 look tame. It carried the 454 cubic inch LS6 V8, rated at 425 horsepower, but like all good muscle legends, that number was conservative. It was built for racing, stripped of creature comforts. No air conditioning, no power steering, no nonsense. Just 12 were built before GM killed the project. fearing emissions laws and fuel crises would make it unsellable. The ZR2 became an instant ghost, a whispered legend among Corvette collectors. In 2021, one example sold for over $1 million at auction, proof that raw power never dies, it just gets rarer. It was the Corvette too powerful for its own time. And while Chevrolet's engineers retreated, AMC decided to go all in, building a supercar no one saw coming. Number 5, 1971 AMC AMX3. Imagine this, a mid-engine American supercar with Italian styling, tuned for the Autobahn and built to challenge Ferrari. It sounds like fiction, but in 1971, AMC made it real. The AMX3 was the brainchild of AMC's chief designer Dick Teague and Italian coach builder Giotto Bizzarini, the same man who once built cars for Ferrari. Under its hand-sculpted steel body was AMC's 390 cubic inch V8, tuned for around 340 horsepower, but in a chassis weighing less than 3,000 pounds. It could top 160 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest American prototypes ever built. But AMC was small, and production costs were enormous. Only 6 prototypes were completed before the project was killed. Today, each AMX3 is valued at over $1 million, a reminder of what might have been if AMC had just a little more money and a little less fear. It wasn't just a car. It was America's supercar that never got its chance. Number 6, 1986 Buick GNX prototype. When people think of the 1980s, they think of sleek imports and turbo dreams. But Buick, yes, Buick, built something that terrified Corvettes. Before the limited 547 production GNXs rolled out, there was the prototype, the first of its kind. It featured an experimental 3.8-liter turbocharged V6, hand-built by McLaren Performance Technologies. This was no luxury coupe. It was a wolf in a business suit, officially rated at 276 horsepower, but dyno tests whispered of over 300. 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds in 1986. The prototype was used for testing, tuning, and refinement, and once its mission was complete, it disappeared. Some say it was crushed. Others claim it survived in a GM storage vault. Either way, it proved one thing. Turbocharged muscle could be just as brutal as big blocks. It was the car that made Buick and badass belong in the same sentence. And as the century turned, Dodge would bring the spirit of muscle back to life, one last time. Number 7, 2003 Dodge Charger RT concept. Before the modern Hellcats and Scat Packs, there was one concept that started it all, the 2003 Dodge Charger RT. After decades of silence, Dodge resurrected the Charger name, not as a sedan, but as a rear-wheel drive V8 muscle car concept that screamed heritage. Under the hood was a 5.7-liter Hemi, making 353 horsepower, enough to reignite every muscle car fan's heart. It combined classic proportions with futuristic design, a modern vision of brute force. The concept debuted to wild applause, but Dodge shelved it, choosing instead to develop the 2006 production model, heavier, tamer, and 4-door. Only one 2003 concept exists, preserved in Detroit's museum, a symbol of what muscle could have been in the 21st century. It was a resurrection that almost was.